All right, guys, welcome into a very special episode here on BCP Plus as we talk all things TNA Slammiversary. We're covering the event last night. I was there in person. Of course, our guests watched it live on pay-per-view. It's been, I don't know, arguably one of the better pay-per-views this year in the pro wrestling world. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Guys, please welcome back to the show. You know him as the head honcho over at the USDN podcast, our good friend, Mr. Jeffrey T. Fountain. How are you, sir? Looking handsome as ever, I might say.
It's the t-shirt, man. It's something about when you put this specific t-shirt on,
It's true.
it just completely changes you.
Yes, that's right. It does change you, and they're available now. BC Plus, reach out. Shameless promo, dude. Thanks for tuning in, man. I was, I wanted to have you on again for a while. I'm sitting here thinking, who am I going to get on for TNA? And man, we were kind of chatting throughout the night. We were pay-per-view. I think there were some familiar faces at the beginning, so I'll leave it at that, man. It was really, really fun. And yeah, man, just overall, what did you think just from looking, watching at home? How did it come across on TV? Was it one of the better pay-per-views? Would you want to rate it maybe a scale of 1 to 10? Just your overall, no pressure.
Enough. This was my first TNA pay-per-view in quite some time. Oh, so wow. I don't have a whole lot to compare it to. I mean, the last one I probably watched was like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe and Kurt frickin' Angle with a broken frickin' neck.
Wow.
It was probably the last time I actually watched a TNA pay-per-view.
Right.
So for me, it was out of this world for me because the production value has gone up so much more since then. I don't know if that has anything to do with WWE being in conjunction with them and being on the card as well. I don't know. I can't answer that. But I thought it was a phenomenal, phenomenal show. And if we're doing out of 10, this was probably – I'm going to go 8 out of 10 because I personally have questions and I'm trying to understand some things going on right now with TNA. And you probably already know what they are, but there's just some things that I'm trying to comprehend myself as to what is actually going on in TNA.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions and in a good way. But we saw the way the pay-per-view ended, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Real quick, Jeff, I want to go over just like, did you get to see some of the pre-show stuff on YouTube?
I watched the entire pre-show, man. Okay. Yeah, it was phenomenal. I see what I did there.
Yeah, I caught it, man. Yeah, we'll get to that too, bro. What a moment that was. Just in terms of the pre-show, there were, I think, 3 matches there. I thought they were all really solid, particularly for me. The women's match was very, very good. The inspiration really showed
that was probably my favorite out of the opening was the they showed out and Dana Brooke, or I guess her name is Ash by Elegance now. Yep. I thought she has improved by 10-fold since she's left WWE.
Oh, gosh, 100%. And it was a great match. The inspiration coming back. It's like, oh, cool. It's so good to see them back. Like, what are they going to do?
Amazing to see them back.
The tag belts, but they really, really brought the offense and the moveset and doing dives. And everyone really stepped it up and they set the tone very, very early. So that was really, really good match, guys. You can go watch it if you haven't. That one's free up on YouTube. And then, of course, we had Macklin, Mance, and Jake something,
yep.
Formerly Enzo, Real One, at Zillifa 2, and Bishop. Forgive me, I forget. There's a lot of
Josh Bishop.
Thank you, Josh Bishop.
Fix it, Vicious.
That was a little quicker, that match, than I thought it would be. I thought we were going to see a little bit more of Zilla showing out, just a little bit more. He got his stuff, and he's really, really good. Him and Enzo, it could be a dangerous combination there, I hope. But we'll see how that works out. I will say, Real One, despite reputation, maybe for lack of a better way of putting it, the promo was very, very good and thought out, and you could tell he did his homework for this promo. Little nuance, little jabs, little things you have to think about, which I did enjoy. I'll give him credit on that one. And he showed up because I just saw him in ACW on Friday too, and he showed up a little bit extra on this one just because it was a big arena. It was TNA, and I think he wanted to show like, and he's good on the mic. You love him, you hate him. He's good on the mic, so it wasn't.
I will never say he's not good on the mic.
Yeah,
it's everything else associated with him that I just don't care for.
Yeah, fair enough, and that's a fair assessment. You know, a fair assessment. We'll leave it at that.
But I thought Zilla was signed with NXT.
I don't know. I have no source or confirmation on that. I don't know if that's any sort of rumor.
It might have been just rumored that he was signing with NXT.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what the source was on that? Do people?
It might have just been the IWC.
Okay, well,
yeah.
There you have it.
That's with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, always. That would be. I mean, So I saw him at GCW last year, and he was. I think it was like his 40th something match, and he was just very, very good in ring. And if he stays humble and follows the right path, he could really be something. So coming from that family, of course, Umaga's son. And then the other, was there one more pre-show?
Eric Young and the Hometown Man.
How could I forget Hometown? That song was stuck in my head the whole night.
All night long. I was singing that song in my head. But it was such a fun match. And to get one over on Eric Young and the Armory, good on him. The Hometown Man pulled it off.
Hometown Man's a lot of fun just because it's so tongue-in-cheek. It's so sarcastic. You know, I know we have the old El Grande Americano thing, but this is just the song, him wearing the different jersey every time, him doing all the like cookie cutter baby face moves. Like, it's just like we just sink our teeth into it.
Great about it is that he is so cookie cutter. It's like, you want to laugh, but at the same time, you're not going to laugh because you want to cheer this guy so much.
Oh man, what a way to kick off the show!
It
Really
was.
Fun.
It was.
So the show opens up, the main show, and we're gonna get into the results a little bit, guys. Here, so if you haven't watched yet, I don't think this is really a spoiler alert worthy, but if you are planning on watching, maybe later tonight or something, we are going to talk about the winners. So it did open up with the entrance of Mustafa Ali, renewing a rivalry here. He's going to be taking on Cedric Alexander. Shout out to some of those people that helped out with the entrance there.
Just go ahead and say it, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I just thought it was a pretty vicious way to make your way to the ring. I thought it was pretty vicious.
I mean, I think I shot you a message around the time. Like we were already kind of talking, but then as soon as I seen that, and I was just like, bro, is that a vicious sighting?
So I love, and thank you.
I was cheering, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
thank you.
Yeah.
I love that. And again, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but let's. I put it this way: I'm not sleeping on the couch.
You want to remain the current boyfriend? You bet.
Yes, you're right. You're right. I'll say this: it's when stuff like that happens. Like, just real quick. I love the messages all start boom, popping up on your phone. Like, what's that? And I saw, and vicious, and it's really, I like in real time when that happens. And then I show her later in the night, this, 9:26, everyone's texting the same time. Oh, that girl gave ice. Was that Vicky who gave Jay the ice pack? I love that. And then when, as far as the next day of the news, all the dirt sheets in the news sites, identity of Jey Uso's nurse, when does that ever happen? But it's amazing, and thank you guys for all the support. Keep it coming.
Put that on there, and you wear that with pride.
Yes, absolutely. And there's a big Twitter push for her right now. I think she's working hard to get where she wants to be. I'll leave it that.
Oh yeah,
way.
and they're late to the party if they're just now getting on that bandwagon. They better get on and stay on.
That's right. JVD Front Row Mafia in the chat. Good evening, JVD. We're going to take you up to Raw, man. Said it opened quite viciously. I agree. So awesome. What a way. But the match, the tone they set there, Jeffrey, I'll tell you this. Cedric v. Mustafa, great match. You knew they were hey, we're not just going to come out, be the first match. No, we're setting the tone, follow that mentality. But they were doing things I would assume, I'm not a wrestler, that they would teach you not to do in wrestling school, where they, you know, they time like the monkey flip and he hits like the top of the post, or like the over the shoulder into the I can't think of the move name. A lot of wrestling this week. I'm going 5 hours sleep every night. It's been 3 a.m. arrivals. We've been Poughkeepsie, Staten Island, Long Island all weekend. So forgive me.
Been on all the islands this weekend.
The back body drop on the metal steps, like there was just crazy stuff.
That was absolutely this match. If you don't watch any other match, you could watch this match and León Slater's match later in the show.
Yep.
And you could be content with this show because those two absolutely hammered it home. Those two matches were so good. And Mustafa and Cedric, they've been like, this was their 7th match against each other. And this is the first one that Mustafa has actually won of those. And it was a banger, dude. And shout out to Tasha Stills for taking that vertebraker or whatever he's calling it now.
A lumbar check.
The lumbar check, yeah. Because she sold that beautifully.
Yeah, I was telling my buddy, because I think he did 1 or 2 on Mustafa, and I was telling my buddy who came with me, shout out Trevor. We had a ball. It was great. Hashtag premium. That's a little inside joke there. But I said, like, sometimes they kind of ricochet or bounce or pop up when they take that move. And then Tasha did such a great job. So shout out, friend of the show,
sold
Tasha.
the hell out of that. So shout out to her because that was a beautiful sell.
Great match. Do you think Mustafa was the right guy to win there?
I do. I think he deserved his dub over Cedric Alexander, and it was such a great match. Yeah, it was a shady heel win, but very well deserved.
All right, look at Kelvin Catley in the chat. Well, this is a pleasant surprise. Kelvin, what up, man?
What's up, broski?
I poached one of your guys, Kelvin. So as usual,
that's my brother. He's cool.
He's cool. It's cool, bro. Kelvin, and you're always welcome, man. So let's take it to, I just want to make sure, is this the right order? I believe this is the order. I think this was the Dark State match
in Dark State, yeah.
Versus Cardona. Pretty much exactly what, and then no disrespect, just pretty much what you would expect from this match. You got these young up-and-comers that some of them are looking pretty good and really could be something in the next couple of years. I'm trying to just like see which ones are like really standing out to me. And good to see Cardona and Myers together in some form or
tagging
fashion.
Together. That was awesome to see. That's why actually what had me hyped about that whole thing was seeing Matt Cardona with Brian Myers. I was like, oh yes, I'll take that tag team any way I can get them. If it's a 4-man, cool. If it's them together, I'll take that as well.
Yeah. And a solid match. I think exactly what you'd expect there. That was a great one. Kelvin in the chat saying they opened.
Oh yeah, they did.
Banger. It was that follow that mentality for sure, guys. And shameless plug in the chat, guys. Let us know what you thought about Slammiversary. Go over to bcp-plus.com. Check out some phenomenal photos by our guy Nick Richardson. He worked really hard.
Those pictures were amazing.
Love that, man. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, from his vantage point, man, he brought the good lenses. I'll put it that way. And
he did.
He really made lemonades. I'll put it that way, man. He did a great job. Just really, I love working with Nick. We had done some of the media leading up this event the past couple months. We did some of the charity events that TNA was doing. We got to cover that. So a lot of miles just to get here, and it was really great. So shout out Nick Richardson. Follow him, of course, on social media. As we go to our next match, I think it was Indy
Hartwell and Tessa Blanchard.
Honest,
hard hitting match between those two.
Yeah. Honest assessment of this match. What do you think?
I think the way they built up to this story with Tessa, bringing Indy over, letting her crash on her couch and all that stuff, just kind of building that history into the match itself. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm drinking coffee and it just wanted to.
I'm doing it, dude. Cheers, bro. I have coffee too. So.
But I think the right person won this match, especially with Indy just getting settled into TNA. And I absolutely love this match. And Victoria Crawford on the outside just kind of, added that little extra something for Tessa. And then Tessa being just like the natural heel that she is, just really made Indy fight for that win.
Yeah, it was a solid match. I wanted more. So these are two, and this is just me being selfish and nitpicky. These are two
You earned
ladies
that.
that recently the Vicious one had faced. I think and again, this is I'm trying not to
Dude,
be this
I
guy.
watched both those matches now, and they were
Oh,
absolutely phenomenal matches.
I'm trying not to be that guy right now, but real
Dude, you
quick,
better be
just
that guy.
from an analytics, a perspective, her match with Tessa was the best she's ever had in her career, and she was grateful for that match. Just the in-ring was really, really good, and then she's had, I would say, 1.5 matches with Indy because the one was like a 6-pack gauntlet challenge kind of thing.
But Friday night's match was the one I was talking about.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
you know the deal.
yeah.
Look at you, man. You're on top of things. So Indy, yeah, right. Indy took on Vicious Vicky on Friday. Clark Kent over here. And it was a really, really solid match. So I've seen these ladies up close and personal a few times now, and it was interesting to see Tessa versus Indy square off. I think I might have put Tessa I'm just talking not talking about them. I'm just talking in terms of the booking. I might have put Tessa against somebody else. Possibly, I hate fantasy booking, but Ashley Mesa Bear or Ash by Elegance. I thought that might have been a good one there. I kind of want to see that down the line. I think because the women's
I think Ash has she's the number one contender right now to the women's title.
Right. Thank you. I thought I was crazy for a minute. Right. I was there when she won that battle royale. Right. So I'm thinking, so they have the tag belts and now they got this. So there's a lot of moving parts. So some things are on the back burner. I think because that title for title match came into play, I think it just kind of changed the booking a little bit. This is just my gut. I have no info on that. So and that was a great match, by the way. So this one was pretty solid. I think selfishly, I wanted a little bit more from this.
I would have wanted to see Andy just have a little bit more offense on the backside before getting the pin. So I know exactly how you feel on that one. That would have been like the right thing, is give her a little bit more offense to really show and cement that victory for her.
I love the way you said that. I love the way you said it. Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. You said what I was trying to say, and
I got you.
I am not a wrestler. I could not do anything that these ladies
Absolutely
do.
Not.
I know both of them can really go to war, especially like Tessa is just an in-ring technician. So it's
she is phenomenal in the ring. Like I've seen her on AEW a few times as well, and the few matches I've caught of her on YouTube, she can go.
Yeah, absolutely. I called her match over with Darius Carter maybe a year and a half ago, Warriors of Wrestling. That's a good one. Check that one out on YouTube.
I'll look that one up.
Shameless promo, Darius Carter, Tessa Blanchard, good. Kelvin saying agreed here. Yeah, absolutely. Kelvin, you're the man, dude. Always love having you, man. Keep it coming. Real quick, I may be going out of order here, but let's talk about that title versus title match. JC Jane.
That's the next one up anyway.
Oh, is it really? Yeah.
I got them in order over here.
Fake it till you make it. Yeah, I knew that. So JC Jane defending her, I guess technically NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah, it's title versus title.
Versus the Knockouts champion in Masha Slamovich. I was interested to see the styles because I hate being critical of Masha. It's just because she's from this Northeast area. I've seen her a million times.
Yeah, she's a Bronx girl.
Yeah, exactly. And she's come from this Northeast area, and I've seen her go from the Indies to like the GCWs and the JCWs, which is a great fit for her to now become the TNA Knockouts champion, and very well deserved. But I was interested to see her style clash with the, and forgive the terminology, the WWE NXT style, I guess. I wasn't sure how it would go.
I thought it went really well. It fit the system very well.
Yep. Really good match. And that's what
it was a solid match. So this is where I'm kind of torn on the NXT TNA thing. Is like I understand it, but I don't understand why they're slapping TNA titles on NXT stars right now. And I'm sure there's something that I'm completely missing. I'm not in the know. I don't claim to be like this mastermind booker behind the scenes. Like, yeah, I'll fantasy book all day, but I can't understand why they are putting the TNA titles on NXT Superstars right now. Unless we're building, I know we're building to something coming up with TNA with their big pay-per-view, and I think it's October.
Bound for Glory.
Yeah, Bound for Glory. Thank you. I was trying to remember Bound for Glory, and they're going to have them take the titles then because that's like their WrestleMania, you know. But I've just been trying. That's been what's racking my mind is, and I've been watching wrestling for almost 40 years, I guess. And like, I've never really seen that per se, other than, you know, the fall of WCW and then bringing the WCW titles over to WWE. But that was something completely different. That was a company going under, and that was kind of like how they wrote it into them being a part of WWE at that point. But I just can't in my head, like, why are we doing this? Or why are they doing this, I should say.
Yeah. So did real quick before I get into my analysis of it, man, I think that's a fair take because I want to know your emotion, like how it makes you feel. Like I say, this is our soap opera. I mean, these are our stories. Did it sting a little bit that JC won a TNA title?
It did, because I'm such a big fan of Masha. And the first time I ever seen Masha was on AEW. Sure. She did a match on AEW, and she was every bit of what she was supposed to be. Like, just phenomenal athlete, strong, you know, as she could be, great training lineage with her, and just seeing her take that L to JC Jane, who, by the way, is a phenomenal champ, severely underrated as a superstar, who doesn't need Fatal Influence to be a big star, in my opinion. I don't understand why they've always had her in these groups.
Fair assessment. Yeah.
Because she doesn't need it. She is a star on her own. And that's really what I would like to see from JC Jane in the future, is going into Bound for Glory or whatever it's going to be, and whoever's going to face her, which Ash by Elegance is the #1 contender. So
yeah, makes sense.
Just 1-on-1, put them in a steel cage, do what you got to do, cut Fatal Influence out of the equation, and just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because JC is a star on her own. She doesn't need Fallon and Jasmine Nitz there.
Yeah,
that's what I would have liked to have seen.
Great take, man. I think it's a really great take. I'll chime in real quick, and I think we'll get some answers. I think Rhode Island, I think Thursday, Friday are the tapings in Rhode Island. So if you guys are in that area, go check out TNAWrestling.com. I am allowed to advertise here. So I now that we're doing the radio stuff and the pod stuff, I'm like, all right, like now, you know, I'm on my show here on the pod, so there's all these rules. But yes, you can go to TNAWrestling.com, shameless promo support TNA Wrestling. Kelvin, I'm going to chime in on what you say on this match. I did pick JC. We talked on the radio station Sunday morning. We made our picks with the Annie Smart. He picked Masha. I did pick JC. I'll tell you why in a minute. Real quick, Kelvin saying, seeing this match so early in the night made my stomach drop. Okay, yeah, I could see that going later. The whole show did kind of feel like they were like, hey, we're just going to build. That's how it pretty much felt like. If overall, I'm sure you could make some exceptions. But I get what you're saying there, Kelvin, and I'm going to piggyback Kelvin saying it's really a business move right now. Yeah. If NXT stars who have an audience are carrying TNA, it's easier to get a TV deal. Yep.
And that makes 100%. A whole lot of sense, you know. It's just in my, you know, young, you know, chairman mind, like I want wrestling to be pure. I want it to be like, this is Canon, this brand. And yeah, exactly.
That's it, man. And I love that you said that. It's not like I'm not being like, no, Jeff, you're wrong, because like they have to do this and nor is Kelvin. I could be sure of that. Yeah. Dude, this is why we love it. I want to see Ray win the world title again, man. I want to see Ray take out Brock Lesnar or whoever, you know, like Batista, exactly. You know, whoever this monster is, because Ray's my favorite. And I get it. And that's why we're having a podcast about it. I totally get it. I did pick JC to win, because she had the help, even though the other two girls, Zaya and formerly Zia Lee, as well as Zia Brookside, they were kind of advertised on the poster, but they didn't come out until like later in the match. That's interesting. I mean, maybe it was.
It is one of those where I was like, I've seen that, and I'm a huge fan of Zia Lee.
Yes,
phenomenal athlete, and I was like, oh, you know, they're going to be in their corner to kind of watch Masha's back, and I'm like, wait, where are they?
Yeah,
you know, and they didn't show up until almost the very end there, just before the finish.
almost like a run-in, but it wasn't really like, to your point. I was like wondering how these styles would go. And maybe it's because I'm used to seeing Masha in like more GCW around here, which she's a great fit for. I was wondering how this would go. They both did great. I have to admit, like Masha, JC,
100%.
Great match. In terms of the NXT-ness of it all, I did pick JC. Now, I never had JC dethroning Vicaire. I've been waving the Vicaire flag on this show for a long
I think
time.
that was both of us, but we knew it had to happen because we all knew at that point that she was going to the main roster.
Going right up to the main roster. Well-deserved, and now she's won that Battle Royal, but I digress. So JC is leaning into that like, hey, like no one saw this coming. You are underrated. In fact, I think after she won the match, you see her in the camera, and I'm paraphrasing here, but she goes, that's the last time you ever underestimate JC F-bomb Jane again. It was something like she mouthed it, you know, and I was like, oh, but I'm like kind of here for it because it seemed real. It seemed like it was coming like,
did you see the celebration after the fact? Like she was running around the ring with both belts with like the biggest smile on her face.
We have a great picture.
It's hard to be a heel when you got that smile on your face and you're running around with both titles.
I'll see if I can cue up the picture. Nick got a great shot of her running.
That's where I've seen it. Yeah, that's where I've seen it from, was the pictures.
Oh man, I'll see if I can cue that up in a little bit.
She was all cheese, man. Like, it's hard to heel sell when you got a smile like that.
So I'm going to address the business part of it real quick before we move on. So this is, I'm like such like an analytics metrics, like stats guy. So this is at this point in time, what I'm arguing or saying right now is up until the bell rang on that match. So pretend Trick and Santana and Joe Henry has not happened yet. So that has nothing to do with this or the end result of that. We'll get there. So at this point in time, that's what I'm talking about. I think JC Jane winning the belt wasn't like, oh, they're taking all TNA's belts or whatever. I did have JC win it. I didn't see Masha winning the NXT women's chair. No, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I just didn't see that happening. Every time Masha's on NXT, I just feel like some of the I'm trying to say this as very respectfully. I feel like some of the other TNA talent meshed very, very well and very, very instantly, which is hard to do for anybody. It's different. For me, and maybe it's just because I've seen Masha so much up here in GCW, but I really thought that JC Jane was going to get it. She did. We talked about that run-in, and we talked about what she said after the match. But the business of it is, I think we did everything we could to get to this point, to this building where there's 7,623. I think that's the number.
I think that was 7,263. I think that was
something like that. Yeah, 7,623, something like that. And I think that was, obviously record setting. We got the attention, we got the media, we have the new president, we have this big production. Even Styles came out and said it, like the lights are a little brighter, the crowds are a little bigger. I think to get to this point, there's an ends to a mean here. And sometimes like, I don't feel like I get where people are coming from. Where like, like, oh, NXT is just kind of getting the better end, or WWE is. I don't, and this is not me waving any sort of flag. I don't see it this way. I totally, like Kelvin said, I get the business of it because you're bringing people over. Obviously, you got this building to this point because of what Joe Henry's done. Shout out Jordan Grace, who doesn't get enough love for what she did earlier. There's a big part of business to this. It makes so much sense to me what they're doing. We're sad about it. We want to go along for the ride. I love this for JC Jane. I've been a big fan of hers. Again, I did not have her defeating the hair, but I really like this move. And I know a lot of people don't, and a lot of people are like, oh, come on, like what's going on? But I like this dynamic for TNA. I don't want TNA to feel like the underdog. I think, and again, this is just something I read. This is not my opinion or anything. I think there's something where Bischoff is saying that like that TNA is primed to be the number 2 promotion, and we, I'm sure there's some personal feelings with him and other guys.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah,
so yeah. But TNA is getting a big boost, and I see it. What TNA needs, and hopefully it'll happen, is a TV deal, or it needs to be seen on something other than TNA Plus or Access or whatever. No disrespect to any of those things. Just I don't have
a lot of
AXS
television
anymore.
companies they've dropped it. That's why they dropped Access.
That too. Yeah, I don't have it anymore. So I subscribe to TNA Plus because I enjoy the product. It's been one of my favorite shows. So I'm hoping it gets a bigger, better platform. And their teas, some things are moving. I don't know what they are.
CW is looking for a new promotion.
Ooh, so TNA and NXT on CW?
Why not? They have nothing else going
All right,
on
maybe
a Thursday.
if that happens, you heard it here first. As an educated wish. As an educated wish. This is
very
not
much so.
Sort of
very much so.
Unless you know something I don't, but hey, you never know.
I rely on you for my news. Between you and Kelvin, man.
I'll take that.
That's how I stay a smart mark.
That's right. We throw facts at you, brother. And educated wishes. All right, let's go to the next one. Good take here. I think it was match of the night, man. León Slater becoming the youngest ever X Division champion and defeating Moose. What a match. What you think, bro?
I think I messaged you as soon as that match was over, that was my match of the night, hands down. But I also didn't expect Moose to do what he did, and with everything that's been happening with TNA and NXT, I almost expected AJ Styles to kind of like to the poor kid as well after that match.
I think it crossed all of our minds only because he did the arm raise thing, but I'm just like, you can't. There was a couple of moments there where it was like, is AJ about to? And then he didn't. I was like, oh, thank God. That kid was phenomenal. León Slater, Kelvin just nailed it. León Slater is a star. That kid is 20 years old. He's been training since he was 9 years old with his mother's permission in the UK. Oh, it's
9 years old.
9 years old.
Yes.
Didn't know that. I knew it was a young age. Wow.
He hits a Swanton 450. Think about that. It's a Swanton dive with a 450.
I can do neither of those. I can do neither of those things, Jeffrey.
Dude, walking up the stairs, my foot hurts. Okay.
Oh, I get it though. I get it, man. I'm getting there.
But that match, by far, match of the night, easily. It delivered on all levels that you expect. This could have been a main event on any other night.
Oh, there were so many things I loved about it, and I love the nuance. Real quick, things I noticed, and hopefully I'll get to interview León down the line. He's on my list.
You got to, man. He's the future, dude. Easily.
Oh, he's great and very humble and great. And like you said, since 9 years, it's great. Little things I noticed, I'm going to say this here so it's on record, and we'll see how this progresses. I noticed, obviously, he did the Hardys, kind of pose before he did the long swanton across the ring.
That was ridiculous.
Did you notice the purple paint on his left
arm? He had the lightning. That was a shout out to Jeff Hardy.
Now, do you think Jeff? I knew it was a nod to Jeff because even the way it was painted reminded me. Mm-hmm. Do you think? I was wondering.
So they had said the night before that Jeff had that. Yeah, I don't know. That would have been kind of cool.
That's
but
just
I know
me.
They're saying that the Hardys have been really pushing this guy as the Nets, big star like that.
And I love that he literally wears it on his sleeve.
He did.
No pun intended there. I love that. A shout out. It shows respect, but you show that relationship behind the scenes and on on camera. So I'm like, did Jeff paint him up, or maybe that was just a nod, like you said, man. So I noticed
but I think that would be even cooler though if we find out that Jeff was the one that hooked it up.
Oh, that's on my list of questions I'm gonna ask. I'm like, hey, did Jeff paint you up? Like I noticed the little nods and nuances and all that. And then also I love that he did the power move to Moose where he picked him. He looked like it was.
He kept trying to get him up. And then, throughout the match, they did the build up, which I always love when they do that. Like, he tries, he's like, oh, then he's not going to get Moose. Moose is like 310 pounds, 6'8" or something like that. The dude's a former NFL lineman, I think.
Yeah.
And he tried multiple times. And then when he finally got him up, like, he looked like he actually picked him up pretty easily when he actually did get him up. So those no sells in the beginning, we now know León Slater, that you can get him up without any issues because that deep in the match and you finally get Moose up. Come on, dude.
Yeah. Dude, the way he got him up too, like he held him for a while, did some spins, but like he was just like, he had him, he wasn't just like he had him really.
He walked around with him. He spun him around.
I was impressed because I like the high flying stuff, obviously, but I just thought that was great. I did not expect that. Then he wins the match, and I love this. I think Carlos Silva obviously was going to bring the belt. We saw the stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool thing that Carlos Silva does. Is it Carlos Silva or
Silva? I believe
Silva.
I
think that's really cool that he actually hands the champ the belt.
Yes.
That to me is really cool that he does that.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
It's kind of like a UFC thing, you know?
Okay, there it is. Okay, now it's connecting for me. But I loved before he got the belt, he won the match, and he's kind of like in disbelief, whatever, sitting in the corner, and he runs out of the ring. It was kind of right where I was sitting. He runs out of the ring, jumps the barrier right into his family, and I can tell you, because I saw them walk away like maybe a segment after, and like they were kind of walking away like, like real emotion, like still crying, man. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But he didn't even have the belt in his hands yet. Like, just went right to his family. I thought that was cool. It wasn't like, I hate it when guys are like, give me the belt. I mean, unless you're a bad guy, but like, I thought it was so cool. And then Moose being like, nah, strap him up, man. I thought that was, that's what added to match of the night. And then of course you get AJ Styles, cherry on the cake. You can't do anything crazy with Styles because that would just kill the night, I think. And a hat on a hat.
You're absolutely right. But I thought that was like big ups to Moose for that. He didn't have to do that. Yeah. I mean, it's freaking Moose. The dude's at this point, he's an institution of TNA. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But for him to put the belt on him and raise his hand and give him his kudos, I thought that was outstanding. That to me is another one of those, stamps for match of the night for me. And then having AJ Styles' old music, TNA music hit.
And they were singing.
I was like, yeah, dude, they sung it the entire time. So I was like, dude, this is so cool. I'm like, this is what it's about right here.
That was special, man. And I think AJ knew it was special. He felt it really good. I'm going to go to your facts real quick here, Kelvin. Did we get to this one? No TNA star has won a title match against an NXT star.
That's true. That's true.
You might. I think you're right because I'm thinking there was some like pre-show like PLE like.
I thought Joe Hendry had
Adonis. The Adonis was Ashante. The Adonis had a match with somebody. I don't know if he lost. I'm gonna have to look in the archive. I think you might be right. Double Down TNA has no wins against NXT. All right,
I think they do. I think they do.
There might be something. I know there were some like.
It feels like Joe Hendry's got some wins on against some NXT stars.
Yeah, so we'll I think that's an interesting. I'm a stats guy, Kelvin, so I will definitely check that. That's very, very interesting to me.
I like his net statement though because he agrees with me.
And Jeffrey, you will get credit first, but Calvin jumping in saying, I do think it's a great chance to see TNA at CW. You guys are making me think that way. I would love that. I would too.
Like that means my Monday through Saturday are now wrestling.
Oh, wrestling. I love it, man.
TNA WRASSLIN too.
Nice. Slammiversary ladder match 4-way. I got to talk to a few of the competitors leading up to this one. Talk to the Hardys. You can check that out over on the BCP Plus YouTube channel. Talk to Casey a little bit, man. And the Hardys were pretty much like, "Hey, this is."
Have you heard from Casey today?
Say again.
Have you heard from Casey today? How is he doing?
I wish Casey a very happy birthday. It's his birthday today.
I did too. I seen your post. I was like, "Oh,
man." Yeah,
happy birthday. But he hit that last ladder shot he took did not look good.
And AJ as well landed. He did not.
I don't know. Like he adjusted in air to land that way. I'm like, why did he just adjust himself instead of just taking it?
Yeah, I saw. I briefly mentioned it, just happy birthday and all that. I always send him the best, man. He's in, I just said, hope
well deserved.
Hope you're having a good day. I didn't fish or anything like that, man. That's my guy.
I mean, I think I've known you now for what 2 years almost, or almost that time frame, and I've got to watch KC through BCP.
Oh, I love
that. like this indie star who I was like, man, this kid's going places. And you were always saying this guy's going places. And now watching him at TNA and then watching him take that nasty spill last night, knowing it was already having some knee issues. I'm like, and Rob better have some updates on that kid.
Oh, yeah.
If he's okay.
I'm sure we'll get some updates from TNA because they do the injury. I think it was their.
I do like the injury report is amazing. I love that they did that like midway through the pay-per-view.
It's very different. I do like that they do that on TNA every week too. I think it's brought to you by their like partnership with BioFlex, like that they do all the backs. I think they do all that stuff, but I think that's very different and cool. It gives me like an ESPN Sports Center vibe, so I do like that.
It does. That's what I thought was so cool about it.
We hope everyone's doing well after that match, and I'll just.
But I seen AJ walk off on his own, but
that
That was nasty.
Oh,
and
gosh,
the fact that he adjusted his body to land that way into the ladder. I was like, dude, no. I'm like, that was not cool. But I'm pretty sure as you're falling, you're like, how can I minimize this? And that's probably where his head went. Instead of just turning to the side and just taking that bump.
I'll give AJ Francis his props too, because everyone gives him a lot of garbage. That moonsault was beautiful off the top, man.
Bro, that moonsault was amazing off the top.
Yeah, it was so good. And
he's like 330 pounds, man. That is a big dude.
And he can move, man. And shout out to everyone did a great job in that match. And again, one more time, shout out Casey. Happy birthday, bro. Enjoy it. Rest up, man. Eat Casey. Cake. Have a carb, will you? And let's go to the chat. Andrew Morgan, hashtag this is Magic. So good seeing Magic at the show. Good seeing everybody, Magic. Big smile on my face, man. Bob was in the house. Everyone's like, Bob's here. So that was really funny to see everybody. We took pictures. Magic's so good to see. What you think of the show, Magic? Let us know. I thought the ladder match was great, man. A lot of cool spots. I like when Jeff did the swanton out of the corner, very video game like, and everyone's like, one more time because it didn't break. And you could tell it looked like Jeff was having like legit fun.
He was legit having fun.
Ran across.
Both of the Hardys look very healthy right now.
I can double down on that. I standing right next to him. I literally said, I'm like, you guys.
I mean, they look like they're really in great shape right now. They look like they were having like the time of their lives, like in a ladder match. Like, who has fun in a ladder match except for the Hardys?
Yeah, right. I like the way Kelvin worded this. My regions are for AJ.
Yes,
I'm gonna start using that phraseology.
No, you've seen him like he laid there for a hot minute trying to.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was iced up last night.
He was hitting the high notes. Let's just put it that way.
He dropped the octave.
He could have came out at the end and hit the high notes on the whoop that trick, with the choir. They were fantastic. They were right behind.
The choir was amazing. At first, I was like, "Oh God, we got a choir singing whoop that trick," but then it was like, "Oh damn, this is so good."
With the harmonies and the bass, it was so good. And then Kelvin saying, "Happy birthday, Casey! All the love to the blessed one." Do you think? Well, real quick, I just wanted to say that. What did you think of? Honest opinion, real quick. What did you think about the tech ladder coming down or the crew ladder coming down?
So
what we saw,
I was like, arena, here we are. 20 what? When did they have their first TLC match? Like with the Dudleys back in the day, the very first one.
I don't know. This is before I was a fan, actually. So.
I mean, it's been a very long time, and here we are, 20 some odd years later, and the Hardys just innovated a ladder match.
If anyone should know,
another level.
Yeah.
So I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. He went over to that little tech guy, and he's like, "Hit the button, the button."
So real quick, I didn't see that. I was talking to Victoria. I'm like, so because what we saw is Matt run up. So there was like an area on the ramp I could not see because
all the ladders were broke.
Yes, that I knew.
They were all broke. So he sent Matt up the ramp to get the big ladder on the ramp.
Yep.
So and then when he got there, he was like, wait. And he's like, hit the button.
So from my vantage point, we were at like right where the choir was at the main event. We were like kind of like right under them, right at the spot. Shout out Trevor for the great seats, man. And we had a ball.
No, that initial picture you sent me when I was like, hey, are you at Slammiversary? And you sent me that picture. I was like, dude, he's got the best seat in the house.
Yeah, when you're dating the
when you know somebody who knows somebody.
No, not I mean, no comment. But so when Matt runs up and I'm like, oh, he's gonna come get a big ladder. Jeff is like in that part down the ramp, so I just see people.
Yeah, he's like right there as the ramp comes up.
That's why
the guy was squatted down.
Oh, well, that's really why I didn't see him. So from my point of view,
and the guy had the remote, like it was a little remote.
Right. So I'd heard. So from my point of view, what I saw in real time, Matt runs up. I'm thinking he's gonna bring ladder. Jeff's kind of like waiting in the ring. And then I look back at the ring. Jeff's gone. Now he's in people's heads are in the way. And then there's a guy squatting down apparently too. From my point of view, Matt runs into the back. You hear like a noise, like a click or like and you see the thing drop. So I think Matt Hardy has like a lever or something in the back, like a cartoon that we don't see,
No, but that would have been awesome, right?
Oh, and I'm like, okay, that's what's going on. But really good match. I think we got a lot what we wanted out of it. I had picked First Class to win. Obviously, very very biased over here at times.
You got
That's
to.
my
That's your
guy.
boy. You got to
But,
support your boy.
First Class, but the Hardys got it. Matt picked the Hardys. Do you think that's the right call there?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know how much longer we have with the Hardys. I really don't know how much longer we're going to have them in the ring.
Wow.
So
man.
for me, seeing them get one more, and then the potential to have another match, one more match with the Dudleys later on. So for me, it was kind of like, could that one more match at what's the next upcoming pay-per-view again?
Bound for Glory, October 18th.
Bound for Glory. Could that be the last time we see them?
Wow.
Do they retire with the titles?
I don't think
I'm not saying that's going to happen. I am
not ready
not
for that,
saying
man.
that. I'm not ready for it either. But we have to look at it realistically. Like, these fellas have beat the hell out of themselves for our entertainment for a very long time. Realistically, how much longer could they go at how long they want to do it for at the way they do it?
What did you think about Bully coming? Now, they addressed it on Busted Open. He straight up said, hey, I know you're at Dave is just like, hey, good morning. Where was Devon? So good on Dave for getting to it. Bully was just like, hey, he had a family matter. We decided like, hey, this is the biggest event. We didn't want to miss it. Like, we wanted to do it here. So I respect that. Family first always, man. But just from, again, like we said earlier, like a storytelling and canon perspective, it did feel like there was a piece missing. Like
it was definitely a piece missing with him not being there. To me, that it will always be, if you're going to, even remotely think in your head to say Devon get the tables, Devon better be there to get the table.
Yes. Oh, beautiful. And when the crowds are going, where is Devon? But Bully handled it very, very well.
He did. Shout out to Bully, because
Bully say the line.
You could tell Bully has grown up tremendously throughout the years in how he handles himself and carries himself. I love listening to him on Busted Open.
Yeah, I do too as well.
I love listening to him like on the After Dark show with after wrestling goes off or whatever. It's some of my favorite stuff because it's him unapologetically, just him.
Yeah, man.
And that's what I've always appreciated about him. He is, and to put it his way, it's like, but respectfully, know. But no, I'm so excited to see if that match actually does happen. If Devon's health will allow him to do it one more time, I'm here for them to do it one more time.
Absolutely.
And hell, while we're at it, Christian and Edge are just right across the hall.
It's not happening,
so to speak. I know it's not.
It's not happening.
But
they don't exist in this multiverse.
Well, they can't no more. They can't no more, right?
Which is sad.
Deal with WWE.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a time where it could have happened in over in that company, but you snooze, you lose, and again, there were other factors as well for sure, man. And everyone,
I'm sure.
And it's all, and all joking aside, like, the fact that they're, like you said, still doing this at a very high level, still performing, still just putting their bodies on the line to
absolutely
entertain us. I don't take that lightly. So thank you for that. Real quick, we got about 3 minutes to Raw. We're going to get to the main real quick. Perfect segue here by Magic and the Chest Hang. An awesome show from top to bottom. I'm sad, just like you, Jeffrey, that the TNA doesn't have any of the major.
I feel you, Andrew. I feel you.
Magic, he feels you, man. I get it. I don't necessarily feel that way. I will say this, though. I think I'm not going to say you missed the opportunity. It's not like a Cody thing where you have to wait another year, but you're in New York, man. We interviewed Santana. You heard the voicemail from his dad, all the addiction and things and struggles he's overcome.
I love Santana, dude. Like, dude is phenomenal.
It stung, man. It stung.
It stung. But if there was a time and a place to pull the trigger on, Santana is right there in his backyard.
And dude, when we interviewed Joe, strong case for Joe to win this one, the crowd wanted to see that. I think maybe more so Santana, again, just being in New York and being in that crowd, statistically speaking, no favorites. But that being said, Bill, I got you. I see you in there. That absolutely being said, I thought it was the time for Santana. It stung a little bit. do like Trick a lot. I do want to get into that. And when I mentioned Santana's momentum to Joe, when we interviewed him, guys, again, bcp-plus.com, check out our interview with Joe Henry, Santana, the Hardys, Casey leading up to this thing, man. Great job, everybody. As soon as I said Santana, Joe almost, like, I don't want to say cut me off, but he's like, well, that's great. But like, if you look at the metrics, the analytics and the figures, you'll see that Joe Henry is best. He didn't say best for business, but is the best guy to represent TNA. So like, it was kind of one of those things like, hey, that's great.
That's best for business is what he's saying.
Without saying, yes.
I knew what he was saying.
Exactly.
I won't take nothing from Joe. I love Joe Hendry. I will say his name for him to appear all damn day. But to see Santana get that W, to get that title around his waist, I don't even care where it's at this point. Just to see him get that title, I'm here for it.
Bill in the chat real quick. I want to know your retort to this, Jeffrey. Bill's saying they absolutely 100% miss. And I know a lot of people feel that way. So that's just like 100%. He's saying they absolutely missed on this one. I mean, the proof will be in the pudding. Like I always say, we could talk to her blue in the face. Will there be another opportunity? Having him win in Boston, will that be better? I think New York was the place. I think in front of almost 8,000 people. I think John Alba tweeted it. I really think, man, it stung a little bit, but I do like the drama of it. And that being said, I love Trick, man. I think Trick is an absolute, no matter what brand, whatever, Trick is the guy for him to put this on his shoulders to be the literal bridge. And again, props to Jordan Grace earlier and Joe, but like for him to be the literal bridge and perhaps JC Jane now, he has handled it so well. Both shows, representing that title, doing the media. I think Trick is an absolute star. So I don't, as much as I want Santana to win and as much as it stings, and I'm with you guys, like, I don't hate this. Trick is the truth. What do you think about Bill's statement there, Jeffrey?
I'm going to agree that they did miss, but I'll caveat that by saying this. No other male superstar in NXT right now could do what Trick Williams is doing currently.
Wow.
Dude, he's got the look, he's got the charisma, he can talk.
He's got bars, he can rap.
He's got everything it takes to be that bridge between the two brands right now. Do I like it? God, no, you just heard me say how much I love Santana, and I think they missed on that. But if there was going to be an NXT superstar who to bridge that gap, Trick Williams would have had to been that guy right now. I just don't. Even Obafemi, I love Obafemi. Just the perfect NXT champion right now, but he doesn't have quite the mic skills or the charisma that Trick Williams does to be that bridge.
Fascinating. Wow. Really? Just because I love
Bubba.
Very different love personalities.
The guy. Yeah. Exactly.
Very different.
Trick has the personality to make it happen.
Trick and Taker should be interesting on NXT this week. That's
going to be amazing there on Tuesday.
We'll see what Undertaker we get. You know, that should be very interesting to see. Real quick, great assessment, guys. Thank you for weighing in on the chat. We're going to take you to Monday Night Raw. Real quick before we get out of here, USDN podcast. Jeffrey T. Fountain, thank you for joining, man. Tell everyone where they could follow you, join the group, all that good stuff, bro.
You can find me at the USDN podcast across almost all social media platforms except for Blue Sky. You'll find me as USDN chairman. And it's easy. If you just start typing in USDN _podcast, you're going to find me anywhere out there. So appreciate you having me on as always, man. Always a pleasure.
Thank you for coming on. Great job. Great shirt. And guys, like we always say here on BCP Plus, everyone stay safe, stay positive. Take care of each other. We out. Peace. BCP is brought to you by our favorite store, Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, located in the Englishtown Flea Market in New Jersey from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, and online at FunkensteinWrestlingSuperstore.com. Get your favorite wrestling merch, retro video games, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, so much more. It's our favorite store. Thank you, Heather and Dan, for sponsoring the BCP. Also got to welcome back our sponsors, the No Gimmicks Podcast, the podcast that keeps it 100% real 100% of the time. Check out our guy Kelvin, only on the No Gimmicks Podcast. Wrestling All Day, All Night is the best wrestling discussion group on Facebook. We provide more of a community feel here, and have wrestling fans introduce other fans to something they may not have seen before, such as old school wrestling, indie wrestling, Japanese wrestling, and so much more. We also strive to be a source of information regarding upcoming wrestler meet and greets and signings. And remember, we're open 24/7, all day, all night. Be sure to follow on socials and join the group on Facebook at Wrestling All Day, All Night. Welcome back, our sponsor, Sweet Chin Musings. Sweet Chin Musings is the creation of the reigning, rarely defending, highly disputed champion of wrestling podcast, Mr. Perfect, Mike Mueller, and his tag team partner in crime, Luke Kudialis. SCM focuses on the in-ring product of WWE and AEW, no dirt sheet rumors here, as well as backstage news, predictions, and analysis of characters, storylines, and major pay-per-views. Old school fans, don't worry, we have you covered as well, with a look back on classic matches, top 10 lists, and interactive tournaments that let the fans decide who is truly the best of all time. You can find them at Facebook at Sweet Chin Musings, and check out the podcast on all major podcast platforms. Please welcome back our sponsors on the BCP Plus and the podcast, GPW Productions. GPW provides your promotion or event with top-tier video, audio production, live streaming, and more. I can personally vouch for them in saying they are hands down the best production company I've ever worked with, as they have and continue to work with the likes of AEW, GCW, StarCast, MLW, not to mention the majority of the local independent promotions here in the tri-state area. They can even help you film a vignette or promo for your persona or gimmick. And guess what? GPW doesn't just work in wrestling. No, they cover MMA, boxing, basketball, or any other sporting event as well. On a personal note, I'd like to thank Mike Sesko, Frank León, Oneil Andrews, and the team for giving me multiple opportunities to work with them and some of the best talent in the world. Thank you, GPW, and guys, book GPW for your promotion or event today at contact@gpwproductions.com. Please welcome back one of our favorite sponsors, Mania Club. Established in 2015, Mania Club is a WWE-recognized community for fans with an eclectic love for both the world of professional wrestling and raising money for Connor's Cure. During WrestleMania weekend, we host the official tailgate of WrestleMania while also celebrating the life of Conor McCallum. They are the single largest donor within the V Foundation for Connor's Cure, with over 150,000 raised. Please donate and join the Facebook group over at Mania Club on Facebook. Donate at jimmyv.org/Mania Club. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for the months of May and June, J. Adam Photography. Jay provides quality, artistic, innovative photography with a quick turnaround time. Be sure to check out his latest ISPW wrestling pics and much more stellar content. Right now, wrestlers can do a special portrait shoot with Jay in Sparta, New Jersey for just $50. Contact Jay at Jay Vogel on Facebook and be sure to follow him across socials. Thank you, Jay, for sponsoring the BCP. Guys, let's welcome in our new pod sponsor, Cooper Groove Grips. When you play Cooper Groove drumsticks, you get increased sensory feedback from your hands, so your grip will naturally loosen, but you have complete control. With that taking place, you don't have fatigue and soreness, which can lead to long-term issues. Guys, as a drummer, Cooper Groove is my drumstick of choice. Sweaty hands aren't a problem. Grip is good. Don't forget to check out their amazing Cooper Groove bats coming out soon. Guys, follow at Cooper Groove Grips on Facebook. Guys, please welcome in our new podcast sponsors, ISPW Weekly, where we dive deep into the world of ISPW, the crossroads of professional wrestling. Join Jumpin' Jay and Total with Tom every week as they interview the stars of the ring, uncover their stories, rivalries, and the electrifying action that defines ISPW. Be sure to check out ISPW Weekly on the ISPW Facebook page every week. Please welcome in our new pod and daily site sponsor, Twisted Shamrock Studios and Spa, located in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Twisted Shamrock is a retro spa experience for the average Joe and Jane. Meet the next evolution of recovery and relaxation. Right now, you can try their introductory offer, where you can try a core service to include massage, skincare, facial, stretch therapy, body slimming, toning, personal training, and spray tanning for 30 minutes for just $30. This is perfect for our wrestling pals as well. Book today. Call 484-574-8868 or visit www.twistedshamrockstudiospa.com. Guys, please welcome back our returning podcast sponsor, USDN. USDN podcast is run by USDN chairman and the Council of Nerds. We bring you all the latest news and rumors from the world of nerds and consolidate it right here at the U.S. Department of Nerds. USDN is for the people, by the people, and of the people. Follow them at facebook.com/US Department of Nerds. Guys, please welcome in our new Pod sponsor for 2025, the Ropes and Riffs podcast, featuring Maestro John Kiernan speaking with the stars of professional wrestling about their in-ring, tunage, gear, and so much more. Check out John's interviews with the likes of Lince Dorado, Mercedes Martinez, and so much more. Find the Ropes and Riffs podcast on all major podcast platforms. Guys, please welcome in our new podcast sponsor, EM Collectibles, featuring live signings, collectibles, toys, and more. Be sure to follow them on Facebook and stay tuned for their upcoming events. Upcoming events right now, March 8th, Hernando Toy and Comic Show, the Hernando County Fairgrounds live signing with Super Crazy. March 22nd, Neg Dog Championship Wrestling presents Music and Mayhem in Hudson, Florida with special guest Super Crazy. March 29th and 30th, 2025 Syracuse Collectors Con in Syracuse, New York with Bill Alfonso, Gary Wolf, and the quintessential stud muffin Joel Gertner, March 30th only. April 5th, New England Fan Fest, and we'll have Buff Bagwell. April 13th, 2025, our premiere show, Bring Back the Memories Toy Show, and May 10th, our renowned 90s Wrestling Con in Morristown, New Jersey, guests to be named soon. Warriors of Wrestling returns to Staten Island for Ultimate Survival, featuring former WWE superstars The Headbangers and former TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions, current TNA stars Spitfire, with a Royal Rumble style main event, 6 p.m. doors, 7 p.m. bell time. Get your tickets now at warriorsofwrestling.com. BCW presents Queen of the North 6, Thursday, July 31st at the Mecca 106 Bergen Ave in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, streaming on Title Match Network. Get your tickets now. Guys, please welcome back our returning sponsor from the left side. Get hit from the left side with all the wrestling and sports news you can handle. Thank you from the left side for sponsoring the BCW.